You can't be ready for something that you've never experienced before until you actually get on the plane and go, until you actually know what the other side looks like. You're never going to be ready for it. Hi there, I'm Michelle Godlewski, an American girl who called the cornfields of Illinois home until over 10 years ago when I started navigating the chaos of life overseas. If you've ever felt that itch for something more, that whisper telling you to break free from the ordinary, you're in the right place. This podcast is your backstage pass to the wild ride of moving abroad. I'm here to pull back the curtain on the real journey, sharing stories that are funny, dramatic, and sometimes downright unbelievable. We'll explore the gritty details, from battling culture shock and navigating tricky visa processes to celebrating those small victories that make it all worth it. So whether you're daydreaming about a new life abroad or already in the thick of it, grab your passport and let's explore what it really means to live life beyond borders. Welcome to A Broadly Speaking. Hey there, friend. Welcome to A Broadly Speaking. My name is Michelle. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been around for a little while, welcome back. I'm so excited that you're here. And I wanted to chat today about being ready to move abroad. So many people tell me when they start thinking about moving abroad, I'm not ready yet. So I'd love to chat with you a little about why you're not ready and what you can do to get ready if ready is really a thing. So let's chat. I believe that being ready to move abroad is a myth. Totally hear all the time, I need to wait until I'm ready, or I need to wait until I have more money, or I need to wait until I can speak the language, or I need to wait until I have a job that will pay me more money than I think I should make now, or I need to wait until my mom is okay with it, or I need to wait until my kids are older, or I need to wait until whatever reason, right? Whatever the reason is for you, it's a myth of being ready. You keep telling yourself you're not ready. And if you're waiting for an engraved invitation to come in the mail, it's not going to come. There is no golden ticket. There is no perfect time. There is no such thing as ready. The only way that you can be ready is to do it. You're not prepared. Like the first time that you walked in an airplane, you had no idea what to expect, right? If you've flown a lot, you now know you take your shoes off, especially in the US, you take your shoes off, you take your laptop out of the bag, your iPad, your camera, etc. You know exactly what to do. But the first time you walked into an airport, I guarantee you weren't ready for all those things. Mentally, you might have known, okay, I got to do these things, but you weren't ready until you did them and you knew you could, right? Or you weren't ready to graduate high school until you graduated. No one's ready to do anything because we don't know what's on the other side of that ready, right? It's a fear thing to a certain extent, but we don't know what's there. So we're not ready for what's next. The truth is, ready is an excuse and it's holding you back from doing the thing that you know in your heart of hearts is the right thing for you to do. You know it's what you want to do. So I know it's easy to say I'm not ready. And now that I personally have been abroad for more than 10 years, the first move was super scary. Truth be told, my husband and I were so unprepared for our move, and we did it anyway. And the second time we moved, so for those of you who are new in my world, we originally started in the United States and we moved out in 2013 to move to Switzerland. And then we moved in 2017, one of the 6-month-old, from Switzerland to Vienna, Austria. And then in 2020, in the height of the pandemic, we were in the middle of the second lockdown. We moved from Vienna back to Switzerland, so a different part of Switzerland. So we've moved crossing borders 3 times. Oh my goodness, it's utterly insane. I totally understand. Our first time, we were completely unprepared. We had no idea what we were doing. We had no idea what documents we needed. We literally were so lost. The second time, we were a little bit more comfortable, but there were still things that we could have done differently. And this time we moved with a baby. So God knows we had no idea what we were doing there either. And we felt completely unprepared for that move. And then when we moved back here the third time, we started to feel like, wait a second, we kind of know this thing. We kind of got this down. We were more prepared. We were more ready. We felt ready to come back to Switzerland. We weren't very happy at our life in Vienna, but we'll talk about that one in a different episode, why that was. But ultimately, when we decided to move from North Carolina to Switzerland the first time, we had no idea what we were getting into. We had been to Switzerland once for 3 days before we got on the plane and used our one-way ticket to get there. We didn't know what our job situation was fully. We knew we both had a contract to work, but how much we were getting paid at the end of the day, we had no idea how we were going to afford living in Switzerland. We had no idea the cost of living in general, how we were going to drive, all of that. We weren't ready for any of that when we moved. But once we got here and we figured it out and we thrived in our new location and we absolutely loved living in Switzerland, we realized that there was no such thing as ready. You can't be ready for something that you've never experienced before until you actually get on the plane and go, until you actually know what the other side looks like. You're never going to be ready for it. And then the second time that it happens, or the third time, the fifth time, the 400th time, sure, then you're ready for it. But the first time, yeah, there's no such thing as ready. And so how can you, I guess, get ready in your head if that's what's holding you back? There's a few practical steps that you can take besides buying the plane ticket and getting on the plane, right? And besides having the experience, it's start planning. Start planning what your budget looks like. Start planning what you want to move abroad. Start planning what steps you need to take to move abroad. And if you're interested, I'll link it in the show notes, but I have a checklist that can help you to start thinking through, what do I need to do to be in a position to move abroad, to get my head around, I'm ready. I'm good to go. There's going to be things that go wrong, but I'm ready for the unexpected here. There's also an opportunity for you. And if you're anything like me, planning backwards is the easiest thing for me. I need to drop my son off at school by 4 o'clock, or I need my son to be at his, soccer game by 4 o'clock. So that means I need to leave the house by 3:30, which means I need to be done with work by 3, which means I need to take my last meeting at 2:30, which means, right? So the backwards thinking. And that way we can plan forward. We plan for success, right? So set a target date, even if it's arbitrary, even if it's not remotely possible, feasible, ideal, anything. Set a target date for when you plan to move. Make it somewhat realistic. Don't set it for next week necessarily, but maybe it's 3 months from now. Maybe it's 6 months from now. And then what you can start to do is plan backwards. Use our checklist that'll help you with all the different steps that you need to take to move abroad. In a high level, it really describes turning off electricity at your old place and turning on electricity at your new place, right? So all those basics, how long your visa application is going to take, how long your new passport, if you need a new passport, is going to take. You can build all of that into your plan, and then you can start executing against that plan. It starts to feel more real when you start taking the steps that you can to get there. And then while you'll never be ready in the sense of know exactly what you need to do, exactly have everything in order, be exactly right on time, you'll actually be able to take the steps that you need, and you'll start to feel less unready for those things. One more thing you can do if you know where you want to move to. So when we moved the most recent time from Vienna, we knew we were going to be moving to central Switzerland, right? So what we decided to do in that case is to plan and join local expat groups here in Switzerland. So we said, cool, we want to live in this region, in this central part of Switzerland. Are there any English speaking groups here that I can join now where I can start to learn what's different in central Switzerland than was maybe in a different part? We were in Basel before, and now we're in a different part of Switzerland. So what's different here? What's the community like? Is there a big expat community? How many English speakers do we see? How do we find a school that works for us? All those things. In every place I've lived abroad, we've been able to find a community online, either on Facebook or in other, I think there's Reddit communities. There's a bunch of different ways to find them. Facebook seems to be very easy for a lot of people, where you can join others before you even move. So you start to learn what it's like. Ask questions in there. It's totally fine. fine. Many of us who belong to those groups have either been in the country for a long time or can utilize the same information that you're requesting. So feel free, join in, jump into the conversation, start to see and get a feel for things. Realize if there is really an expat community or an immigrant community there that you can join. Decide what that looks like for you and then start taking the steps to get there. And with those three things, starting your plan, picking an arbitrary date that you can go after, as well as finding community already, starting to build your community before you even get there, it will make the whole transition a whole lot smoother, as well as help you to feel like you're ready to do this. Because honestly, being ready is totally not a thing, right? You're never going to feel totally ready to go. But if you can plan for it, if you can think through it, if you're confident in it, then you absolutely can feel as ready can be to pick up your life and live the dream that you've always had abroad. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today on A Broadly Speaking. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, join us in the future podcasts. Like I said, the link for the checklist, you'll find it below in the episode notes. Reach out on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you hang out on social media for more tips. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks for tuning into A Broadly Speaking. If today's episode got you dreaming a little bigger or thinking a little braver, go ahead and hit subscribe, leave a review, or share it with someone who's ready for their own adventure. And hey, don't be a stranger. Come hang out with me over on Instagram at @IamMistel for the real, unfiltered life abroad. Keep that passport handy, and remember, life's too short to stay in one place.